You're listening to Daily Sip with Marcel, giving you morning moments of insight, laughter, and a little something to stir the soul.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for listening to Daily Sip with Marcel. It's July 10th, 2025. And I'm going to start off by talking about this whole thing that's going on with the Trump administration resuming sending some weapons to the Ukraine after last week when the Pentagon directed that some of the deliveries will be paused. First of all, they paused these weapon shipments to Ukraine so that they can assess what was actually in the inventory, because we've been sending them so many weapons and they're using them, and these weapons are like millions and millions and millions of dollars, and we just can't keep up with the production to just continue sending them without some type of assessment of what we actually have in inventory and what we can do. I think it annoyed President Trump that Pete Hegseth directed the pause, but he's doing his job, and he's been told to do a job. When this pause caught the White House by surprise, I think President Trump was a little bit annoyed by that. He said, listen, you got to start sending and resuming sending these weapons. So that's what they did. So they're starting to send the weapons again. In a press briefing with reporters through the Pentagon chief spokesman, Sean Parnell, he couldn't go into detail what weapons were paused and what they were providing. I understand that. Ultimately, the president and the secretary will make those decisions about what happens with those weapon systems. That's a quote from him. I agree. I mean, hey, let's sit down. What did you find out? How we're going to produce more weapons? How we're going to support Ukraine? We're going to support Ukraine. It's going to be hard because this is not the best thing. And I think that President Trump is getting a little bit pissed off at Vladimir. At the same time, he's trying to get Vladimir to agree to a ceasefire and to start working on a thing to end this war. This war is crazy. These are Russians against Russians, and they continue to do this to each other. And Trump has become increasingly frustrated with Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying Putin is not. He's not treating human beings right, Trump said. That's a quote. And you're going to have this thing go on and on and on. And it's not going to be good. So that's that news. Let's hear some good news. Did you hear about Mattel has introduced the first Barbie doll with type 1 diabetes? Yeah. They're aiming to expand representation and raise awareness for children living with type 1 diabetes. I think it's a good thing. It's a trend. Many different companies are starting to do this. Mattel is leading the way because they've got this Barbie Fashionistas line, and they're introducing dolls that represent real medical conditions and diverse abilities. It's a growing trend in this toy industry. Mattel has expanded its lineup to include dolls with various physical disabilities and health conditions such as blindness, Down syndrome, hearing aids, prosthetic limbs, and wheelchairs. The new Barbie with type 1 diabetes is the latest example, and it stands out for highlighting a chronic health condition with medically accurate accessories like an insulin pump and a continuous glucose monitor. There's a reason for that. The reason is research has showed that children benefit from seeing themselves and a variety of experiences reflected in their toys, which helps build self-esteem and normalizes the differences. I'm happy for Mattel to do what they're doing, and we'll see more of that stuff happening in other toys and so on and so forth. That's the good news. Thank you again for listening, and I hope you have a great morning and a great day today. Go out there and enjoy it. Good morning, nobody.
Thank you for letting me be part of your day. And until next time, keep noticing what makes life taste a little better. And if you're loving this, don't just sip in silence. Follow us, hit the subscribe button, and pour this into someone else's cup. Share it, spread it. Let's wake the world up together, one daily sip at a time.